Got shy. All right. We're the Dirty Pickles. Benjamin, Digga Dave. I'm Matt. Hi, world. Bring it. Well, it ain't Pickleville.
Alright, well, what's that mean?
Well, our first album was Picklebilly, and all the songs kind of had the same energy to them. They were all exactly what the Dirty Pickles used to be, and still are. But you know, the ever-changing,
which is considered Picklebelly.
Yeah, which is considered Picklebilly. But yeah, I don't know. The last album was just all it meshed together. It was all the same. You know, same vibe, same feel through and through. And with this one, we really wanted to take it to a new angle where every single song had kind of a different appeal to it. You know, true music lovers are going to love the whole CD, but I don't really expect everybody to like every song on the CD. I mean, that's, you know, kind of what we're going for. Because I want it to be, instead of having everybody who loves the Dirty Pickles love every song on the CD like Picklebilly was, I'd rather have a whole bunch of people at least like one certain song on the CD rather than, you know, love the entire CD. But
no fillers.
Yeah, no fillers. It's just every song is something. It's all us, baby. So I mean, and that's what I mean by the diversity. Like we have a little bit of bluegrass influence on this, a little bit of country. This has a heavy blues influence. You know, when I wrote most of this, or when I wrote like the Picklebilly songs, I was very into punk rock and old rockabilly. And now, you know, it's changed a lot. I got a lot more into country and blues, and you know, those influences totally shine through this entire album. Even on the songs that aren't, you know, blues and country-esque songs, like it still has, you know, like the harmonies.
Once you catch the blues,
yeah,
you just can't shake it.
You can't lose the blues.
You recorded this with a different recording.
Yeah, our first album, Picklebilly, was recorded in Red Hook, Brooklyn, with Jason Spittle at Hard Luck Recording. And this one was recorded locally with Nathan Harps at Isaac James Recording.
Where's that at?
Everywhere.
What's that mean?
Well, this album was recorded at a house, it was recorded in the basement, it was recorded in the studio, it was recorded, there was a point where there was a guitar cabinet in the back of a van microphone. I mean, this album, it's got stories.
Well, now I gotta hear at least one of them.
Oh, you'll hear more than that. You got us here, don't you?
Tell me about the van recording.
The van. Well,
yes.
Nathan Harps, excellent producer, excellent recorder. He did a damn good job on this, with working on this. We're running on limited resources because he's actually in the making of getting his own studio together, but he doesn't actually have one. So, you know, some of this we brought to his house. I had to record guitar tracks in his house, and generally you want to put your amplifier in your cabinet. To get the guitar noise you want to put it in like a big room, so it's nice and you get the full sound out of it. He didn't have any really big, full empty rooms, but he did have a minivan, which he took all the seats out of, and he put it in the back of the van, facing forward in the van, inside a garage, with a microphone on it. So we got that full hall sound out of it, and it was a brilliant idea on his part. You know, like it's just crazy. Like nobody does that. You know.
How did you guys hook up with Nathan?
He's been a friend for a long time. He works at Raven. He does all the major sound for all the major events in Erie. And met at Eaton Park.
Nice.
Chilling with a cup of coffee and a bunch of cigarettes about 4 or 5 years ago. I've recorded 2 demos with him so far. We played his wedding. We decided that we were going to make an album.
So did this album take longer to record than the one in Red Hook?
Well, here comes the stories.
Where do you want to start?
All right.
First off, the one in Red Hook. Look, Pickle Billy. It happened. I like the songs. I'm okay with the album. It was exactly what it was. We recorded that in 4 days. 4 days in the recording studio. 4 long days. We're talking like 8 o'clock to midnight every day, 4 days straight. A little bit of sleep, a lot of drink. Not while recording. We're professionals. This album,
Hodgepodge.
I can't tell you how long it took us to record it because it was such broken down, like, hey, we got 2 hours of time this week. We got 3 hours of time this week. I would say about the same amount of time. If we worked through and through, about 4 or 5 days collectively. But it's kind of
months.
well, it's kind of funny because we started working on this album about 4 months ago. And Dig It Dave has only been drumming for about a year. We handed him a pair of drumsticks about a year ago, and we're like, you had 3 weeks before your first gig.
So I was like 9 months when we started.
Yeah, he's only been drumming for about 9 months when we first started. So we did his drum tracks, and we went and we started doing the guitar tracks, and we had to book the release date in advance. So we booked June 12th for the release date at the Crooked Eye. We got everything situated, and then we had our timeline. Well, then we started listening to the album. We were like, the timing was a little shaky. There could have been more fills. It sounded like a drummer who'd been playing for 9 months. It sounded like a drummer who'd been playing for 15 months actually. But so we were like, all right, what do we do? And then me and Nate went back and forth trying to figure out ideas, and we just came to the conclusion, let's throw the whole album out. Totally threw the album out with about a month before the CD release. So that brought us back to, okay, square one. Dave, you have to get all your drumming done in 1 day. You only get about 2 takes per thing if you want to be on this album,
Well, we did like 2 days.
But
it was a good weekend.
Well, I'd say 1 collective day. And yeah, so we did the unthinkable, threw our whole album out that we already had started, and then we're like, oh shit. We now have 1 month to do drums, vocals, guitar, bass.
Ben was out of town too.
More guitar. Well, Ben was only out of town for a little bit. But get everything done and then send it into pressing and hope that it gets here on time. So it was like a crazy rushed album. But luckily, Dave went in, did all his takes, played like a drummer who'd been playing for 10 years. All of a sudden, that extra 4 months really kicked it up. But 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 months, we picked it up. And yeah, so we've been definitely, I got this gray streak of hair, so I've been wearing a hat going through my head from this album. And then Ben, of course, because he's not going to say anything at all, so I might as well just talk for him. He just smoked cigars and got all his bass tracks done in 40 seconds or something.
Yeah, he played all the tracks all at the same time.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, and it sounded like that, and we were like, what are you doing? You're an asshole. This isn't going to work. And then we played back, and for some reason,
You just slowed down about 3 times. With the whole album.